The Air Force responds with a fleet of aircraft equipped to destroy North Vietnam's SAMs, dubbed Wild Weasels.
I like the idea of vicious carnivores attacking the enemy that was trying to kill me.
Wild Weasels have a second seat for an electronic warfare officer. They fly ahead of the strike force.
The basic concept of the Wild Weasels is you're gonna serve as bait. You're gonna go up there, you're gonna get an enemy radar to lock onto you, and you will then fire a missile that is specifically designed to track those radar signals down to their source and take out that radar. The first time this mission was briefed, one of those officers says, "So, sir, you want me to go get a SAM to lock onto me and get shot at? You've got to be shitting me." And that phrase was turned into an abbreviation, YGBSM, which is now the official motto of the Wild Weasels to this day.
The first Weasels are slaughtered. 5 are shot down within weeks of arriving in Vietnam. But one crew seems unstoppable on its path to 100 missions. Stan Goldstein and pilot John Revok.
John and I were both New Yorkers. We were happy to drink and fly. It was my first marriage.
Goldstein and Revok managed to fly 99 missions over North Vietnam together, completely unscathed.
Wild Weasel pilots have over a 50% loss rate. A combination of high losses with just the realities of staffing. Most of those duos don't fly together every single mission.
The pair are a flight away from 100 when stunning news arrives from President Lyndon Johnson.
I have now ordered that all air, naval, and artillery bombardment of North Vietnam cease.
Washington's bombing pauses are an attempt to test North Vietnam's desire to negotiate. For the pilots, the pause means missions no longer count. Instead of one more combat flight, Goldstein and Revok settle in for 6 more months.
We were becoming rather infamous for possessing 99 missions. John and I wonder what we can do to change our luck.
It takes the misfortune of another aircrew. 25 days after the bombing halt, the two are over Laos when word comes of a downed plane across the border in North Vietnam. A reconnaissance flight has gone bad. The Weasel pair gets the go-ahead to cross into enemy territory to protect the rescue.
Roger, I'm going in back off right. I see you loud and clear.
Unfortunately, the downed pilots land close to a North Vietnamese army jungle encampment.
The rescue fails. Goldstein and Revok return to Karat with mixed emotions. They're frightened for the downed pilots, but they finally completed their 100th mission into North Vietnam.
We smoke back to Karat. John agrees to give me the stick and let me make the flyby from the back seat. Climbing down is like descending from a heavenly experience.
100 missions is one of the most celebratory moments in a fighter pilot's tour. You're going to be greeted with the entire rest of your squadron. There's going to be champagne on the flight line, maybe some flares being lit up.
I could not have felt better than Caesar riding his chariot. We were greeted with cheers, water hoses, and ignited smoke canisters. And then we were carried to the pool. John and I rang the bell. signifying we would buy the bar.
100 missions. Like most things in fighter pilot culture, it is both very serious and also very goofy.
Goldstein and Revak don dry flight suits with a new patch.